Hey YouTube, this is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got your first start and sit video for week 4 of the NFL season. Hopefully you guys came out of week 3 with a victory. You guys came out with that nice win to get you guys continuing to roll into those playoffs that are going to be coming here before you know it. There were 2 great games on Monday night. The Bengals actually got a win, which was nice. Eagles got a win, hate to say it, but they looked pretty good. And again, there was some really good quarterback play. Nothing is super amazing, but there were some plays that definitely helped out and probably got you that victory tonight. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We are running a giveaway soon. Once we hit to that 1,000 subscriber mark, we'll be giving away a jersey of the winner. So again, hopefully you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys hit the like button as well while we're here. And we're going to jump into this right away. So these are your obvious starts at the quarterback position. I mean, there's really not much to talk about. The only one I'm a little concerned with, and this could be one I'm a little afraid to be the obvious, but I put him in there anyways, was Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has a tough matchup against the Browns, so I'm a little nervous with that one. So just be aware of that one. Like, pay attention to that. If you have another quarterback, maybe, but Lamar is someone you're going to have to put in just because of his upside. And again, rushing ability always adds value. Now, my first quarterback I'm starting this week is going to be Jordan Love, who is my favorite waiver wire grab this week versus the Lions. Love has been on fire so far this season as the Packers QB1 for the first time. He has put up over 23 points a game in fantasy so far and can even perform well on the ground if needed, like he showed in the last game. He had that nice rushing touchdown. He has a great matchup against the Lions, who are the worst against the pass. They allow 3 touchdowns a game, over 400 yards passing as well. This really should be a fun game between the Lions and the Packers. This is going to be the Thursday night game. So I know Thursday night games can sometimes underwhelm, especially on a short week. They're trying to, get the game plan. They got practice and walkthroughs, and it always throws people off. And sometimes your best performers don't always show up on Thursday night. But I like Jordan Love in this matchup. It's going to be a game he's going to have to probably play, keep up and catch up with the Lions offense. But I like this one for him. Now, another quarterback I like this week is going to be Matthew Stafford versus the Colts. And I talked about Stafford before, and I know he's not looked great. He has one more week without Cooper Kupp. Puka Nacua has done a great job, and he still put up a decent fantasy game Monday night. That touchdown definitely, that nice deep down ball definitely helped him out for sure. Stafford has put up yards, but only 2 passing touchdowns, which is the biggest issue for him so far. He had that interception as well. He had a really bad game on Monday night, and I hate to admit it, but it was a really bad game. The Bengals actually looked really good on defense, but those 2 touchdowns are the biggest concern that I have. Stafford's put up over 900 yards so far this season in 3 games. But again, he's got to start being a more effective. He had that Tutu Atwell touchdown at the end, which definitely helped a lot of people in fantasy, but not enough to make Stafford a week-to-week start. But I like this one for him against the Colts because this game is a game that the Colts have struggled. They're allowing 24.7 points to quarterbacks and over 275 yards in the air. So if this is going to be a game that Stafford's going to do well, this is it. If not, if he can't perform here, maybe a game or 2 down the road when Cooper Kupp comes back, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. Now, the last quarterback is going to be Justin Fields, and I know everyone's going to be questioning this one, but he's going against the Broncos. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do anything like the Miami Dolphins did, but if there's going to be a game for Fields to perform, this is it. Like, this is the game. Broncos defense has drastically underperformed, and Fields needs to take advantage, or he could be done for the season. They're not going to do it, but he really needs to at this point. He's not being utilized properly in this offense. You can see the frustration in his face, his body language. But again, this is a game he has to perform well. Broncos allow 269 yards in the air and 3 touchdowns a game. Hopefully Fields can perform. Otherwise, he's definitely somebody you're probably dropping. Okay. Now, as far as my first sit, I have Mac Jones versus the Cowboys. Mac has a tough matchup against Dallas. Cowboys have been very stingy against the quarterback. Mind you, Dobbs had a good stat line and took advantage, but Cowboys coming off a terrible loss, I really feel like this is going to be a game that the defense is going to go crazy. They are not happy with how they performed. They're going to go against a Patriots team that obviously they need to show up and show well. And they're going against Zeke, which I think is going to be a nice little storyline there. As a Cowboy fan, I do miss Zeke. I'm not saying he has to be back on the team. I kind of wish he would. But I do like this matchup as far as a nice, fun game to watch. But I'm not loving this matchup for Mac Jones. Cowboys are still, they haven't allowed more than 200 passing yards. They've only allowed 2 touchdowns so far this season, period, to the quarterback. So this is a really tough one. Now, another quarterback I'm going to sit is Baker Mayfield versus the Saints. Baker put up a poor game against an Eagles defense that had allowed quarterbacks to feast. I really thought Baker was going to have a great game. It just didn't really show up well. Now, going against a rival in the Saints that normally, really, the Saints are great against the pass. They did allow Jordan Love to take advantage prior to that, but realistically, the Saints held quarterbacks under 200 passing yards, except for that one, and only 1 touchdown prior to Love. So they're not a bad team at all. Only thing to be concerned with are the turnovers for Baker. The Saints definitely are great at creating turnovers. So again, if you have Baker in your starting lineup, I would consider possibly getting somebody else in there. Again, check out the waivers. We'll be able to help you out with that. Now, the last quarterback is going to be Dak Prescott versus the Patriots. Dak did not show up and really make the plays that I was hoping he would against the Cardinals. Now he plays a tough Patriots defense. They've kept quarterbacks to 192 yards a game and only given up 2 touchdowns so far. Very similar styles like the Cowboys. They don't allow a lot of passing and they don't allow a lot of touchdowns. The offense will definitely look to probably run the ball, keep the game simple, keep Dak from, again, keeping the game simple, keeping him 5-10 yards, maybe a deep touch, pass every once in a while. I don't expect a lot out of this one. Christian Gonzalez looks really good. I'm not going to sit CeeDee Lamb, but we'll see what I talk about in the start sit for that video, but I do have some concerns there. Now, my sleeper for this week is going to be Daniel Jones versus the Seahawks. Danny Dimes has a good matchup this week. Seahawks just gave up 27 points to Andy Dalton, who came out of nowhere, 28 points to Goff the week before, even 17 points to Matthew Stafford. So they're allowing over 320 yards in the air, and Danny should get close to the 250 to 275 mark and a touchdown or two. Again, I liked him as a nice little sleeper. This is going to be an interesting game. Seattle has underperformed, but they have an offense that could put up some points that will allow the Giants to have to really be forced into playing keep up for sure. So I like Danny Dimes as a nice little sleeper. So those are my start sits and sleepers for week 4. If you guys do have questions of who you should be starting or sitting, hit me up in the comments down below. If you have questions for trades or waivers, again, hit me up there. If you guys haven't already, check out our waiver wire video. That's what that is for, to help you guys grab some players that might get you a nice little victory this week and possibly for the rest of the season. Again, if you guys have not subscribed, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit those notification bells. That way you guys are notified every time we drop a video just like this. And of course, if you enjoy the content, make sure you guys hit the like button. It is greatly appreciated. Again, stay tuned for more videos, start sits, all that fun stuff. And I'll check you guys out next time.